Boom! Welcome to another crack session, and I'm out here going to interview a really special artist. She's going to tell you all about her works and what she does, and make sure you follow her. And she goes by the name of
Jane Locke.
Jane Locke.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jane Locke. So Jane Locke, what inspired you to make music, and what got you into music, type of thing?
So like I've always been like pretty obsessed with music and like listening to like loads of different stuff. And then when I started to hear tunes, you know, like DJ sets and things, in my head I was kind of like thinking of like beats that would go well over it, or like writing lyrics over it, and then I really wanted to try and like learn to create that myself. So I was like, I might try and produce, and then that's when I started to learn that kind of stuff. And
so what artists were you listening to in growing up? Like what was the type of music you were listening to as you were growing up? Like,
I loved funk growing up. And then as I like got older, like I absolutely love Afro house, anything like really percussive. With a load of rhythm. And I love orchestral stuff. And then I love deep house. So it's been like a bit of a mix, but I think percussive. Definitely.
So if you had one dream collaboration out there, of any album, any genre, what was your one dream feature with an artist?
Definitely Hagen.
Why Hagen?
I love Hagen. His I think the way that his ability to just focus, like percussion wise, rhythm wise, but then add all the melodic elements on top. There's there's layers and layers and layers, and I really look up to him for inspiration.
So you do producing, so you make your own beats as well?
Yeah.
How do you find the process in making your own beats? Because a lot of people make their own beats, but everyone's got a different kind of process doing it. So how do you find your process making the beats? Do you find it difficult, challenging, or what you kind of get an idea of what you want? Like that?
It's a funny one because like you never quite know where it's gonna go. But like I always start with like the percussive, the rhythm definitely, and I try and layer it on. And then as soon as I got the rhythm, like I go through the instruments, all kinds of instruments, because they're all different frequencies. But then just try and hear what sounds right. And there's like a load that sound like
You have to learn somewhere.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm like, that would go so well. But then it's on, I'm like, no. It's like a proper, like throw it all in, see what works, and it evolves from that. But I think the rhythm, get the rhythm, and then it kind of goes from there.
That's true.
So
what do you currently think of the UK music right now, like the UK music scene? Because a lot of people think it's a bit difficult if you're not making certain music or fitting a certain image of what the industry wants. And there's a lot of talent out there, but they don't get heard because of social media, image, and the pressures of it. So what do you think of UK music? Do you think it's prospering right now, or do you think it's still got a lot of...
I think it's absolutely prospering right now.
Why? What makes you think that?
Because the merge of certain stuff, like, you know, Hagen merges stuff, and he had a background, I know, in UK funky. And he makes a lot of music from Accra in Ghana. And merging them two, I absolutely like adore the music from Karen Nyame. Also Ballet Funk has like nights in London that is of course from Brazil, but it's like it seems to like there's a lot of things that merge a lot of genres at the moment, but I think that the UK music scene, I think especially in London, is a great way to bring it all together.
I know what you mean.
Because like we've got such a strong music background that you can just hear seeps that go into it. So I think like, the merging of them, and I think it's important too that people aren't too like clear cut on different genres and things, you know.
So you're independent artist right now. You're independent. You know what I'm saying? Would you ever want to sign a record label deal, or would you want to remain independent? Because some people are a bit nervous of signing record deals. So
I think like an independent record label can really give you the platform and the infrastructure a lot of time that's quite important for an upcoming artist. And then there's good points to being independent as well, but that also brings its own difficulties. So I think it's like a bit of a balance. I'd like to get signed, but then there's good and there's ups and downsides to both. At the moment, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and then I'm just kind of like not really trying to not want anything at this. Just kind of want to see how it goes. But I would.
And as an artist,
that's the dream.
It's going to come true. And as an artist, Jane, where do you want to be from now to the end of the year? What do you want to achieve as an artist for yourself or a producer? What do you want to achieve by now to the end of the year?
Yeah, I think I'd really like to get an album out this year.
Album out, yeah.
And the album that we're working on, like I think that is such a like, yeah, I'm just really like thankful that we've had this chance to get this out, because that feels like it's like a springboard to the rest.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that, and then an album. I'd love to collaborate with people more, and maybe do some sets. It's a good way to promote when you're producing. So you do DJ sets and you can promote music through that.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mixture, but I think the crux of it is like no plan, but hopefully just see how it goes.
Yeah. And Jane Locke, we're coming to the end of the interview. Where can they find you on the social media? Where can they find you?
Yeah, Jane Locke's music.
Jane Locke's music. Make sure you follow her because big things are on the way from her. Jane Locke.
Thanks so much.
Here. Boom.